Well, it looks like I am live. Give me 1 second, just getting my glove on to start drawing. And, excuse me, sorry. Whoa, what I hit? Something just, that was weird. Okay. Um, so yeah, I wanted to do, I'm on my lunch hour right now. I'm not going to be on super long today because of, well, I'm on my lunch hour. Um, but I wanted to talk about the new trailer. I figured I'd draw some Superman while I discuss it. I drew a picture yesterday. Um, Let me pull that up. Why isn't my mouse working anymore? What's going on? Oh, hold on. There we go. So let me pull up my artwork. Okay. So this was a Superman piece I did yesterday. Superman, I love that the trailer had crypto in it, and I did this piece. Um, but here's the thing, and I actually wrote something. I was going to just make a post about this on social media, but I figured I'd talk about it. And this way, if you guys want, you could comment on it or whatever. And I'm going to pull up what I wrote on my phone here so that I don't forget anything I wanted to say. Where's my notes? There it is. Okay, so first off, trailer dropped yesterday, teaser trailer. And I hate when this happens. Okay. The teaser trailer dropped, and I had mixed feelings about it. I thought there were some really good pieces to it, that there was some pieces that I wasn't too uh, fond of, and then there was some things I just couldn't get my head around, right? So for the first thing, I'll say there are things I liked. So one of the things I really enjoyed was seeing Crypto. Might have been my favorite part. I've always loved Crypto. I am a Golden and Silver Age fan of comics. Actually, I'm not going to want his hand to do that, so let's change the hand. I'll come back and draw that in. So I thought that was great. Love that Crypto was in there. And let's actually put this on. I really like the scene where Superman saved the little girl. I thought that was a great piece. Okay, um, when he got down, behind her and like pushed the head down so nothing would hurt her, she wouldn't get hurt. I thought that was a great scene, right? Um, I liked the way Lex looked. I thought Lex was was fantastic. I thought he had a great look. Um, let's bring this one up like this here. I thought he had a really nice look as a character. Let's just shrink him down a bit so I could fit a foot in here and hands. I thought that was great. It was cool to just kind of get a good sense of kind of what they're thinking about. But I've always been vocal that I am not a big fan of James Gunn. I've always said I thought he sacrifices story for humor. I've always thought that, even in all, in basically everything I've seen of him. Um, so, um, so I have little issues going into it. Um, but here's the thing, and this part was cool. It was cool to see the kind of the reference to the Donner text, in the Chris Reeves Superman. Hearing the John Williams, Chris Reeves score on electric guitar, awesome. Now I'm going to get back to those two things in a moment, but one of the things that really kind of like bugged me was, again, all the heroes in there. I don't like, and DC, Warner Brothers, whatever you want to call it, has a habit of doing this. Oh, wait a second, I'm the wrong pen. They did it with the Black Adam movie, right? Where they brought the JSA in, and then, if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil something here, but they eventually kill Dr. Fate. And Dr. Fate, although one of my all-time favorite characters, if you're a non-comic reader, you don't really know who Dr. Fate is. So for that reason, like his death, you didn't feel for it. It didn't affect you watching it. And being a fan, just because they didn't build up the character much, his death didn't affect me in there. So number one, seeing all those heroes makes me think there's going to be some issues, and it's going to create characters. And I'm sure they're setting them up for their own movies or whatever, but it's going to create characters that are going to take away from the film itself. Um, that's one of the things that bothered me. The other thing, and I'm going to get back to it, was, and although I said I liked hearing the electric guitar, and I didn't, and I liked seeing the text. Why do we have to rely on nostalgia to sell a film? As a artist myself, I don't like to stay drawing the same style over and over. I change, I grow. The type of stories I read change and grow. Sometimes I like cheesy. I told you I'm a big Silver Age fan. I like the cheesiness of the Silver Age. Other times I want something, a dark fantasy, or I want, something that is, something that makes me think, something very philosophical, or, whatever. So like my tastes change, and sometimes they change on a daily basis. And one day that's, and then I want something else. Right. Um, so, um, so here's the thing, like filmmakers, they're artists. They always want to put their own spin on it. And yeah, you need to respect the stuff that came before it. But when you have a character like Superman, who's been done in so many versions, going back to Kirk Alyn and the first on-screen Superman, and believe me, I'm one of those people. I don't have a favorite Superman actor. I tend to lean more towards animation because I'm just a fan of animation. But I like things about Chris Reeve, who's considered the greatest Superman actor of all time, and there's things I didn't like about him. There are things, I can go to Kirk Alyn, Dean Cain, the new one, Tyler Hoechlin is how you say his name. There were things I liked about him, things I didn't. I don't have an all-time favorite Superman actor. It's always the interpretation of Superman that I look for. And do they do, the Superman that I like? So as a filmmaker, like, I don't get why, or just an artist, why a filmmaker would want to rely on nostalgia. Is this James Gunn's way, or even the studio's way of saying, hey, remember when things were good? you know, how much, because everybody loves the Chris Reeves Superman, you know, and it's like, do you guys remember when things were that good and that we all enjoyed, um, you know, you all enjoyed what we put out? So we're going to throw in this nostalgic feeling so that you guys will, you know, will come and see the film. Now, was that just for the teaser trailer? I don't know. Was that, you know, is that going to be what it is in the actual film? Again, don't know. The actual trailer hasn't even come out yet. But I'm just not a fan of, you know, I want to see something new. If I want to hear, you know, the Chris Reeves stuff, I'll go watch his films. You know, so for me, I want something good. I love Superman. I've also come to the realization a long time ago that I am no longer the target audience for these people. So if the film isn't good, I'm not going to be upset because I got my Superman that I like in other places. But I don't have, not that I don't have, but you know, Superman to me is a character. You know, he comes in 1938. You know, he's been you know, told how many times in comics, film, TV, animation, whatever. So there's fans from different types of audience. He's someone that, you know, is really there for everybody. So he's the type of film that when it's made, it should be, you know, something everybody can, you know, should be able to enjoy. And that's really what I, you know, kind of what I hope for, you know. But I'm just curious, is the, you know, can a movie like this, does it always have to reference a different era? Do we really need that nostalgia in our, you know, in the films, you know? Let's just get it like that for now. I don't know if you guys want to comment and let me know what your thoughts were. I didn't think it was a bad trailer. I just didn't, you know, I didn't find it to be this amazing thing that everyone's making it out to be, you know. And believe me, I want to like it. I don't want to be one of those guys who are constantly knocking stuff, and I'm not even knocking it. I'm just questioning, you know, could you know, or will this succeed based on what we've seen so far? You know, there, you know, every time we look at a I need to give Miss Curl here. I didn't even do that. I might want to move that. Let's undo that. You know, so again, my thought is, do we need all that nostalgia that they gave us, you know, in the clips? Do we need to reference, you know, everybody's always saying that Chris Reeve was the best one, and I won't argue, you know, he was great. You know, I was even rewatching it a few nights ago, earlier this week, with my wife. She said she hasn't seen it in years. I said, okay, well, you know, we're going to watch it. And I still, you know, there's that scene right after Lois interviews him and he comes, you know, dressed as Clark. And, you know, she goes in the other room and he changes from that like kind of slouching position. And he just stands up and takes off. And you see him go between Clark and Superman. And it's just a simple movement. But it was a great scene to the point where, like, you really believe that, I don't want to say they're two different people, but you know, that they're totally different. You know, they're not the same person, you know, in a way. Or how Lois cannot even tell, you know, that's what I mean. Then you go and you look at somebody like the George Reeves version, right? And, you know, George Reeves basically played Clark and Superman very similar. Clark was a hard-hitting reporter. That's what he always, you know, that's what he always was. So, you know, it was Chris who gave him that kind of goofiness, which stuck. And I'm gonna let's shrink him down a bit more again. So it was, and Chris, he did a great job with it. It was a Superman for a certain era. When you look at Dean Cain's Superman, right? He was a very similar character to he wasn't exactly, but he was very similar to what George Reeves portrayed him as. Didn't give him the goofiness that I'm gonna bend this leg more. That Chris Reeve portrayed. It was a completely different type of Superman, harkened back a little more to an older era of him. Whoops, people are. Oh, sorry, I just got an email or a message. I'll take a look. Sorry, I just sidetracked for a second there. Threw me off. Okay, so again, different interpretations. Which one do you like? I just want to see a new interpretation. When we saw Henry Cavill, however you say his name, play him, we did see a new version of him, which I wasn't a big fan of. I liked Henry as an actor. I thought he did a great job with what he was given, but he wasn't the Superman I wanted to see on screen. But they didn't play that nostalgia with him. They gave him a new Superman to play. Oh, hello, who's that? Sophia, thank you. So, and what time is it? I got to watch the time because I got to get back into work. Let's bring that in. This should be over here more. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. And so again, not hating what I saw in the trailer, a little confused by it. Again, I know it's just a teaser. It's not the official trailer. It gave us some nice stuff to see. But as I sat and thought, and listen, I've watched that over a dozen times. So like I'm very familiar with the trailer. When you first see who, like I was watching it on my phone or on my iPad when I first watched it, so I didn't even realize that was Metamorpho. On the screen, I really thought I thought, oh, the rumor was they were bringing Brainiac in. Maybe that's Brainiac, but I think it's But when I realized it was Metamorpho, I'm like, that's not a bad on-screen look for Metamorpho. Not a again, maybe a little too much in the I don't like this leg at all. This is bothering me. Metamorpho is he's a good character. Let's fix this too. So and I think they have a good design for him. I did not like Nathan Fillion's look as Guy Gardner, and I'm also a really big Green Lantern fan. Mostly, Hal and Alan Scott are my two favorite. Kyle would be next on the list, but I don't care. I just think it's really that wig. They just really gave him a goofy looking wig, and I'm sure he's going to be comic relief. Nathan Fillion kind of has a great way of playing comedy, but he's not. But I just don't want him to be like a giant goofy character. Let's get this leg kind of pushed out over here. So, but that's how, that's basically my feelings on it is, you know, that's terrible too. When you're an artist, you just, you don't want to stay still. I mean, I draw superheroes in so many different styles. I was actually going to draw a goofy Superman today just because um, it would have been quicker for me. But when I started drawing him, I went kind of this way, which obviously is not mainstream, very indie, but has that, Silver Age ness to it. Let's put that one out like that. That'd be the knee. And I had it bent the last time. Let's not bend it all the way back. Let's bend it like right there. And then the other foot would it be peeking out just a little bit? It might not even be worth it. Okay. So, I'll figure that muscle out later. All right. Let's get into the hands now. So, yeah. Well, what did you guys think of the 2, 3? What did you guys think of the trailer? I mean, do you guys agree with me that it pushes a little too much nostalgia? That it may not, that they're really trying to capture a time, or maybe the nostalgia they're doing is telling you we're doing, we're going to be going back to, we're going to try to bring it back to what it was, So, oh, you haven't seen the teaser yet? Well, it's on YouTube. It came out yesterday, 9 a.m. Eastern. And this one, I'm going to change his eyebrows too here. Let's bring him up like he's kind of happy because he's smiling, right? And I'll fix that, and let's twist that curl in right there. And then this one here, let's 1, 2, 3. I'll put one right there, right? This one will bend down and bring it in. Okay, and then here's his thumb right there, and this would be the knuckles. So, but yeah, it's a interesting. I mean, listen, I'm excited that we're getting a new Superman movie. I'm not excited right now about the movie, but I'm also the same. With me, it's one of those things where I don't even get excited, about going on vacation until like I'm on the airplane leaving somewhere. So let's give him a different nose, and let's get that down. Let's give him a bit of a straighter nose, like that. Yeah, I think I like that one better. And let's fix his mouth now. There, that feels a lot better to me. How much time do I have? What time is it? Okay. I got to punch back in 25 minutes. I don't know if I'll finish this Superman by then, but we'll see. know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give him a little more. Let's bring that in. Let's make this smaller. Let's see, how's it looking? Okay. All right. So I might change up a little bit of the hairstyle and whatnot, but overall not bad. Not unhappy with it yet. That'll come soon. Get a sip of water. All right. Let's zoom in. Whoop. Not what I wanted. That's what I want. And what's pen am I on? That's the smooth one. Let's see. That's nice. What about? Let's go with that one. Let's bring down the point size a little bit. Nope. I don't know why that didn't curve. Yeah, let's keep that curve like that for now. Yeah, I do want that though. Let's give it a little bit of a shine there. Let's see, what time is it? All right, maybe another few. I'll do a few more minutes if I can get at least the head done. Nope, don't like that. I'll be okay. Too much. Urine over here. A little bit of waviness to his hair. I also think what I want to do is stop the. Don't give him any sideburns, you know? Don't like that at all. Let's bring it down. The hair would be parted. Let's do it from here. Let's part the hair this way. It would be going up. Okay. Oops. I feel like this eye might need to be a little closer. Let's see. Just bring it in a bit. This is the beauty of working digitally. So let's bring it like that. Then I'm going to I'll get some like that. Maybe I'll have a little shine on the outside of the hair. I don't know yet. Don't like that either. There we go. That's much better. Okay. Let's see, where are we at here? Okay. You know, I'm just going to focus just for time. I want to get his head done. And I can see everything I'm doing wrong right now. So. Let's just drop this in here. All right, let's just get this all black for now. And then I will come in and fix. What? Oh, hit the wrong button. Sorry. So yeah, just to, while I'm doing this, just kind of to wrap up what I was saying earlier. Um, I just feel there's too much nostalgia in the trailer, and that they're in this teaser, and they're really just trying to play off of that to sell the film right now. And although I want a good Superman film, always do, I'm not sure we're getting one. You know, and I don't know what kind of mark James Gunn plans to put on this. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of his movies. I feel a lot of what he does is sacrifice story for humor. Again, I've been very vocal about it. Doesn't mean I think he's a bad person. I just don't agree with his type of filmmaking. Actually, from what I've seen him on interviews, he seems like he'd actually be a pretty fun person to hang out with. He's got a good sense of humor. He's you know he just he knows his stuff. I just don't agree with his final outputs. It's what if I do that there, and let's drop that in and see what happens with it. Okay. When I use this pen over the one that's considered the really smooth pen, I get a lot of these holes. But whatever, it is what it is. And let's see. Let's zoom out. I don't like up here where the hair is. I'm going to have to go in and fix that. But I'll do that later after I do the whole body. Actually, you know what? It might just be something like this that I'm not liking. I definitely want some, something like that, maybe. Maybe I'll thicken up the side of the nose here because the nostrils over here. Put that in shadow a little bit more. Let's see, how does that look when I zoom out? Not the style I'm trying to go for right now, a little too manga-ish. But I did like that line I did right underneath here. Let's bring it up a little higher. Yeah, something like that. Looks a lot better to me. All right. I got to punch back into work in officially 12 minutes. So I'm definitely not going to have time to finish inking him. But I do want to get a little, maybe. Let's see how that looks right there. I don't usually do a lot of the hatching. I tend to leave a much more, what's the word I'm looking for? I do a lot more like a cell shading type of look on my characters, so it's more solid. But sometimes I really enjoy this look. I have to maybe switch that up a little bit. I don't like that look right there. I have to go a little smoother transition or something. All right, I'll play around with that later, but I'll do a little hatching here. And then a little bit this way. I'll have to turn, nope, I'm going to turn, I'll do that later. I need to turn the turn the screen to really That's the shoulder. This would be something like that there. Let's bring that in. Hello, St. Griffin there. I am going to be signing off in a moment because I got to get back to my day job. But yeah, I want to thank everyone who tuned in to watch. This new trailer. I'm really hoping for something good, but I don't know. I want to see something. Like I said, I want to see something really good, really fun. I don't want it to have to say, "Oh, it looks like the Christopher Reeve Superman, so it's going to be great." I want it to be, "Hey, what's this guy's name? David, like corn sweat or something, Cohen Sweat. He's he looked good in the suit. I mean, it's not my favorite interpretation of the suit, but he looked good in it. He looked like Superman. He had a kindness to him that I will say, like Chris Reeve had. Again, don't want it to be a Chris Reeve film, but like that's all we feel, when we see it. But I do, that's one of the things I like about Chris's portrayal. He had a kindness to him that other Supermen didn't always come across to have. So I did like that. I didn't hate his Clark Kent look. He actually looked like a friend of mine in high school. Kind of cracked me up when I saw it, mostly because of the hair. I was like, wow, that's pretty funny. But yeah, again, it's do we need to rely? That's really what my issue was. Do we, as an artist, do we need to rely on nostalgia to sell a movie or to sell art in general? And coming from me, it might be hypocritical because all my stuff is retro influenced, but I try to put my own spin on it, so it's not exactly retro all the time. Let me see, what do we got here from, who's this, Gracious? I really love the way you stream. You're an amazing streamer, and I would like to be a fan and be part of the community if you don't mind. This is my username. Oh, on Discord. I think we might interact if you're part of one of the. I'm on a couple of different channels, so. Oh yeah, you're the one I did the explanation. Sorry, your mic wasn't on because of the difference. It was no. You should have let me know. No one told me that my mic wasn't on, and I found out what happened later on. I just had to do a quick adjustment. If that ever happens again, please let me know. I did not know. The only way I know that my mic's not working is if people tell me, So anyway, I got to get back to my day gig. That was my whoops, wrong mouse. This is my take on the new Superman trailer. And with that, I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.